Okay, algebra, let's look at f. So we have y equals -1/2 x squared minus 1. And you could use a graphing calculator for this, but I'm just going to show how to hand graph for the extra practice. So if y equals 1/2 x squared, we are missing a term. So I'm going to put in plus 0x minus 1. So let's find the vertex. Well, the vertex is going to be, well, let's look at it first. So negative b over 2a, this is our vertex, or sorry, our axis of symmetry. Well, negative b is 0, so I don't really need to go on from here because 0 divided by anything is just 0. So the vertex will be right along the axis, or the y-axis here. I'm going to put a line in here to show that, and then I'm going to try to change it to, there we go, to a dashed line to show it's not part of the graph. All right, let's find the vertex now. That'll be pretty easy since it's just when x is 0. So let's, since x will be 0, well, that's -1/2. -1/2 times 0. We already know the center term is going to be 0 minus 1. So y, well, that's 0, y is -1. So the vertex is at 0, -1. Let's plot that. 0, -1 right here. Our next step is to find the y-intercept. Well, the y-intercept is the same, right, as the vertex in this case because it's right on the origin. So then let's find a value to the side here. So 3 we just know is -1, but that doesn't really help us for this problem. Okay, there's a slight delay in what I'm writing, so okay, -1. So for our fourth step, we're going to find a point around. So I'm going to use 1. So what does y equal when x equals 1? Again, that center term, I created that at 0. I don't need to put that in there. So y equals, well, that's -1/2. 1 squared is just 1 minus 1. Well, -1/2 minus 1 is -1 and 1/2. We can do -1.5. So when x is 1, y is -1.5, 1.5. So let's plot that on this side. -1.5, negative, and then it's going to be symmetrical on the other side. So we know that this parabola is going to be downward facing and look something like this. So does it ever cross the x-axis? No. So there are no zeros. And that would be the answer.